Love, a word that can turn the quietest night into a battlefield of memories. It can make the strongest person kneel before someone who barely notices their existence. And yet, we chase it. We run after it like it's oxygen, believing that if we can just hold on long enough, it will finally stay. But here's the truth: most people never learn until it's too late. The more you chase love, the faster it disappears. Because love, by nature, is not something you pursue. It's something that meets you when you are finally still enough to receive it. Today, you'll learn the 7 psychological reasons you should never chase love. Not because love is bad, but because when you chase it, you teach yourself to accept less than you deserve. 1. Chasing love creates illusion, not connection. When you chase love, you're not in love with a person. You're in love with an idea. You fall for their potential, their silence, the fantasy you've built in your mind. You turn fragments into forever and mixed signals into promises. The human mind is wired for pattern completion. When something feels incomplete, like a half-returned text or a half-meant "I miss you," your brain rushes to fill in the blanks. You imagine meaning where there's only confusion. You create closeness where there's only distance. And slowly, the illusion replaces reality. You begin to confuse attention with affection, curiosity with care, and comfort with love. Your body starts to crave the highs and lows, not the peace of genuine connection. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. When someone gives you love unpredictably, your brain becomes addicted to the chase. You're no longer in love with them. You're addicted to the hope of being loved by them. Real love doesn't need chasing. It grows in stillness, in mutual effort, in safety. The moment you start running, you lose sight of the truth, that love meant for you will never need to be hunted. 2. Chasing love makes you forget who you are. When you chase someone, you start shrinking yourself to fit their interest. You stop laughing too loud, talking too much, or saying what you truly feel, because you're afraid of losing their fragile attention. You begin editing your personality to match their preference. Your hobbies fade, your boundaries blur, your confidence dissolves quietly under the pressure to be enough. But here's the dark irony. The moment you betray yourself to be loved, you make that love impossible to keep. Because they're not loving you anymore. They're loving the version you created to please them. Psychologically, this is called self-abandonment. And every time you do it, your self-worth fractures a little more. You were not born to be a beggar of affection. You were born to be a reflection of truth. Someone who doesn't chase, because they understand their own gravity. Love should orbit around you naturally, not be pulled by desperation. So stop trying to convince someone to see your worth. Start seeing it yourself, because that's where attraction begins. 3. Chasing love confuses chemistry with compatibility. There's a dangerous belief in our culture that intense means real. That if it burns bright, it must be love. But intensity is not intimacy. Chemistry is not compatibility. The spark that feels like destiny can sometimes be the recognition of familiar pain, the way trauma remembers trauma. That pull you feel toward the wrong person isn't magic, it's memory. It's your subconscious saying, "I've been here before." Chasing that kind of love is like chasing fire. It feels warm for a moment, but it leaves you empty and burnt. Compatibility isn't about how quickly you connect. It's about how safely you can stay. It's peace that lasts, not sparks that blind you. Real love doesn't come with anxiety attached. It's steady, secure, gentle. It won't make you lose sleep wondering what you did wrong. It'll make you sleep better, knowing you're finally right where you belong. 4. Chasing love gives power to the wrong people. When you chase love, you give emotional power to the one running away. You hand them control over your happiness, your self-esteem, your peace. And here's the truth about human psychology. We value what's earned, not what's offered freely under pressure. The more you chase, the less they respect. The more you beg to be chosen, the more they learn to take without giving. It's not cruelty, it's conditioning. People subconsciously mirror the energy you bring. When you show them you'll settle for less, they'll offer you less. Love isn't supposed to feel like persuasion. It's supposed to feel like recognition. Someone sees you, really sees you, and chooses you without needing to be convinced. You don't need to prove your worth to be loved. You only need to walk away from those who can't see it. Because every time you chase someone who's running, you're telling the universe you're okay being second, and you're not. 5. Chasing love blocks the right one from finding you. Every moment you spend chasing the wrong person is a moment stolen from the right one. When your energy is tied to convincing, fixing, or waiting, you close the door on what could have been genuine. The right love won't recognize you if you're always busy chasing the wrong kind. It's like standing under a thunderstorm, wondering why you can't see the sunlight. The human mind can only focus on one emotional narrative at a time. So when all your thoughts are consumed by someone who doesn't want you, there's no space left for someone who will. Psychology calls this the availability bias. We give emotional weight to what's in front of us, even if it's harmful, and ignore what's better because it's unfamiliar or unseen. Stop chasing, and you'll realize something powerful. You don't attract love by running after it. You attract it by standing still long enough to be found by someone running at the same speed as you, not away from you. 6. Chasing love turns affection into obsession. When love becomes pursuit, it stops being love. It becomes obsession, a constant loop of checking messages, reading meanings into silence, and replaying memories that were never mutual. Psychologically, this obsession triggers the same areas of the brain as addiction. Dopamine spikes every time you get a small response. Then it crashes, leaving you craving more. That cycle keeps you emotionally hooked, even when you know you should let go. You start confusing rejection with challenge, thinking, if I just try harder, they'll see my worth. But love isn't a puzzle to be solved. It's a mirror. If the reflection doesn't show you peace, it's not love, it's dependency. When someone truly loves you, they don't keep you guessing. They make you feel safe, not small. They bring clarity, not confusion. The chase teaches you to survive on crumbs. Real love teaches you you deserve the feast. 7. Chasing love makes you forget the most important truth. You are the prize. Let's end with the hardest truth. You chase love only when you forget you're worth being chased. You were never meant to run after affection. You were meant to radiate it, effortlessly. To stand so grounded in your value that anyone who sees you understands loving you is a privilege, not a prize to be won through your suffering. The most magnetic people are not the ones who try hardest. They're the ones who need nothing to prove their worth. Their peace is their attraction. Their self-respect is their signal. Their boundaries are their beauty. When you stop chasing, you start choosing. You start saying no to almost love, half promises, and temporary attention. You stop confusing loneliness with love and finally realize peace is not the absence of love. It's the foundation for it. So if you're listening to this right now, still holding on to someone who doesn't see you, still fighting to be understood by someone who only listens when it's convenient, let go. Not because they're bad, but because you deserve better. Because chasing love only teaches the heart to mistake pain for purpose. Because you cannot receive what's meant for you while your hands are full of what's not. Love should never make you run out of breath. It should meet you halfway. It should recognize you, stay with you, and grow beside you, not hide from you. Remember this: the one who truly loves you will never make you chase. They will come to you, not because you begged, but because they saw your light and knew it was the one they've been searching for all along.